What's up, you guys? Back again today for another review. I know I'm falling behind on the reviews just a tad, but I'm trying to stay up to date with current events in the wrestling world today for you guys. Doing my best. Stay up to date here. I know this one happened maybe a week, maybe even 2 weeks ago, but it's WWE Live at Madison Square Garden 2015. The stage and the ramp, all the display, it was kind of plain, but I actually kind of liked it. It was actually really nice. So let's jump into this. Opening matchup was Sheamus and Rusev versus Dolph Ziggler and Randy Orton. Decent match to set the pace for the night. About a 5.5 of 10 for me. Not the best, but not the worst. Sheamus went for a bro kick, but ate a super kick from Dolph into an RKO. Orton and Ziggler win via that RKO. Post-match, Rusev gets on the mic and talks trash to Sheamus, but gets a bro kick himself. Sheamus grabs the mic and says, "How about you kiss my arse?" Thought that was really funny. Renee Young interviews Kane, and he said he was there to see the show and protect Rollins from this demon. Next match was Stardust versus Neville. Stardust comes out there just acting a fool as always. Puts Neville's cape on and goes to the top rope. Comes down and gets caught by Neville's super kick. Neville wins via Red Arrow. About a 5 of 10, not the best match. But it's always exciting to see Neville, for me anyways. Renee Young interviews Paul Heyman, and he says tonight Madison Square Garden becomes Town Hall of Suplex City. Team Bella versus Paige, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte. Team PCB entered separately. Maybe they're trying to drop the PCB name. I hope to God, because it's so uncreative and unoriginal. Paige, in the middle of the match, Paige goes for a tag, but Becky and Charlotte move. Team Bella win via the rack attack after Paige tries to attempt the tag. They move, get out of the way. She gets caught with the rack attack. Post-match, Paige gets on the mic and says she can't believe her teammates and friends done her like that. Trying to be sarcastic, if you will, I guess. Next match on the card was actually a pretty okay match for me. Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental title. Pre-match, Chris Jericho comes up there and he said it's his 25th anniversary. Points to Lance Storm and Cyrus, who's in the front row, and he's just so good on the mic. Always has been, always will be. Chris Jericho is just one of the top mic guys to ever be. Fairly entertaining match for me. A lot of power moves here. I seen a nice reversal from the pop-up powerbomb to the walls of Jericho by Chris Jericho. Was really cool. Owens retains via an eye rake and a roll-up. That's kind of a shitty way to end the match, but it has to happen every now and then. It has to. There's no way getting around it. About a 6 of 10 for me. Maybe 6.5 if I'm being generous. Next match on the card, the Tag Team Championship. The New Day versus the Dudley Boys. It could have been a lot better match for me. Wasn't the worst. I mean, was not the best by any means. It could have been a lot better. At the end of the match, the Dudleys hit the 3D, but Woods breaks up the count. And Dudleys win, but New Day retains via disqualification. About a 5 of 10. I mean, it was kind of exciting, I guess. It's always nice to see the Dudleys. I mean, now, back in WWE, it's going to be exciting for a little while. About a 5 of 10. Not the best. Post-match, they set up Devon to go through a table, but Woods ends up going through the table himself instead. Thought that was really cool. Love seeing anybody go through a table. Here comes our first main event on the double main event for the event. Big Show versus Brock Lesnar. So much history between these guys. So much anticipation for this match. Lesnar actually botched his first F5. He picked Show up, and Show's so heavy, he actually went over his opposite shoulder and hit the ground. It was actually a pretty funny botch. Couldn't be helped. It happens. But Brock Lesnar, come on, he's picked up the Big Show countless times. The whole match was just suplexes. Besides Big Show's 3 chokeslams in a row, every single move beside those chokeslams and F5s were suplexes. Lesnar wins via an F5 at the end. I just thought this was just horrible. I mean, come on. Another thing, Big Show needs to stop. They need to stop jobbing Big Show out and let him retire, being somewhat credible, because he's on his way out, everybody knows, but he needs to, I'd like to see, maybe not even get one last title run, maybe not even that, just be a credible wrestler, just be somebody, stop getting beat every single night. I mean, whatever. He's the Big Show, he's the giant, he gave so much, his body, his money, his time away from his family, everything. He gave so much for this industry and for us. The least WWE could do is send him out with a bang and let him do something, Let him not be a jobber. Horrible match for me, a 4. Post-match, Lesnar comes in and hits another F5 on him. Second main event, Seth Rollins versus John Cena, cage match for the U.S. Championship. Really good match, a lot of action in this match actually for me. Love Rollins' superplex Falcon's Arrow combination he's been using for a couple weeks. I love that fucking move. I actually seen Davey Richards on Impact 2 weeks ago, I believe, hit that. It's actually really cool to see Seth Rollins start something like that. Really cool combination move. A lot of door action, cage door action. As Rollins is atop the cage at the end of the match, Demon Kane comes out. Rollins tries to splash Cena but misses. Gets up. Cena AAs him. Cena retains. Post-match, Demon Kane comes in the cage and Seth Rollins gets a tombstone. 6.57 overall. Show overall. 7 if I'm being generous. As I was writing my notes, I wrote 6.5 and maybe a 7. May. Just may. Tomorrow or the next day, I will be, I know, as I said in the beginning, I'm falling a little behind, but I do have NXT TakeOver Respect ready to review and put up, so that will be either tomorrow or the next day, like I said. Trying to get caught up here. I'm not doing too bad, I don't think, but I could do better. Come on, guys. Any feedback, questions, just want to chat, you can always drop a comment in the box below, or hit me up on my personal Facebook page, facebook.com/aaron.stroud.98, or my Facebook community fan site, Aftershock, the World of Wrestling. Both of those links will be in the description, so just check them out, check me out, keep watching wrestling, everybody stay safe.